So let's listen to what Bill Nye here has to say.
Black hole is a star. Now, when you and I think of stars, we think about the sun, which is giving off all this light. But the other thing about the sun to keep in mind is it has a lot of gravity because it's huge. And everything that has mass, everything that would weigh something here on Earth, has gravity. And the exact origin of gravity, where it actually comes from, is not fully understood, Bo.
The exact origin of gravity, where it comes from, is not fully understood. So the origin, the cause, where it comes from, is not fully understood.
If you could figure that out, you might change the world. But with that said...
So yeah, Bill Nye says they don't know the origins of gravity, they don't know the cause of gravity, basically. And also Neil deGrasse Tyson says that when it comes to what it is, I don't know. So it's amazing how you lot know, and you lot apparently say, oh, he was brilliant, he figured it all out, and he gave us the why, and yet we still don't know. Strange that, huh?
Gravity.
You have no idea. Okay, next question.
Wow.
No, here's the difference. We can describe gravity. We can say what it does to other things. We can measure it, predict with it. But when you start asking, like, what it is, I don't know.
When you ask what it is, I don't know. So he doesn't know what gravity is. Amazing how all you know what gravity is, and that you all say we're all wrong in that, and that you know exactly what it is, it's the bending and warping of space-time or whatever, and yet he says he doesn't know what it is. Funny that, huh?
Mass, a measure of resistance to acceleration. Why should these two conceptually different properties be numerically identical? Scientists have spent a lot of time and effort experimentally testing down to around 1 part in 10 trillion that these two types of mass really are the same. But in general relativity, there is no mystery. All objects appear to fall the same way because, well, they're not accelerating. They're just following straight line paths through spacetime until they encounter something that stops them. In general relativity, there is no mystery. All objects appear to fall the same way because, well, they're not accelerating. They're just following straight line paths through spacetime. They're not accelerating. They're not accelerating. They're not accelerating. They're just
force acting on you, which is the floor pushing up. If there was nothing pulling the elevator, so if there was no acceleration, you would feel no force at all. In general relativity, this corresponds to freely falling in a gravitational field. That's the key point of Einstein's insight. If you freely fall, there is no force acting on you. And in that, Einstein and Newton differ. Newton would say if you jump off a roof, the force of gravity is pulling you down. Einstein says, nope, if you jump off a roof, you take away the force that was pushing you up.
Einstein asked, hold on, what if the so-called real downward gravity from Earth is also fake? A side effect generated because Earth's surface is really accelerating upward. Now you know what Newton would say. He'd say, that's crazy. He would remind us that inertial frames are the standard for measuring true acceleration. So you can only say Earth is really accelerating upward if you can identify an inertial frame relative to which Earth's surface accelerates upward. And there's obviously no inertial frame like that, right? Well, not so fast, says Einstein. Maybe there is. What about a frame that's in free fall?
They're not accelerating. They're just they're not accelerating. They're just They're not accelerating. They're just